This guaranteed hack is gonna get you 6 more points per game. And this hack has nothing to do with dribbling the basketball. In this hack, basketball is all about creating space and maintaining space. And how do you create and maintain space? Moving off the ball. There are 2 ways you can do this. You can either move in the direction of the drive, or you can move and cut to the basket on a drive. And we are gonna show you 5 hacks that will get you more buckets in game. The first hack we're gonna talk about is backdoor cutting. And one of the main times the backdoor cut is when you're filling space and going to the basketball to catch a pass. This could be off a down screen. This could also be off a relocation to go to the basketball to present itself so you can catch the basketball. So when I'm going and I have a defender near me and I'm running to the basketball, as I run, what will happen at times is the defender will try to cut my path off to catch the basketball. And now how do I get the ball? How will I get it? I will backdoor cut to the rim. So the rule you have to follow is if you get denied, cut. If you get denied, cut to the basket. So when we go, I'm gonna run all the way up. I'm calling for ball, I'm calling for ball. When I see the defender cut me off, I'm gonna plant my outside foot into the ground. And once I plant my outside foot to the ground, my defender will jump up. So once he jumps, I'm going to take off and go back door to get a layup. The second way to get more points in your game is called corner cuts. What a corner cut is when you are standing in the corner, either waiting for the ball or spacing the defense out, you cut to the rim. And the great time to cut to the rim is when your defender starts looking away from you and essentially forgets about you because their focus is so heavily on the basketball. So if I go from here and I take off and I'm begging for the basketball here and I'm waiting for my turn, my defender will start looking away. And once my defender looks away, his head turns, I'm immediately going to backdoor cut to the basket. Now the biggest detail you want to get to is always have a wide stance with your hips low. Once you see him turn, we pop our feet and we take off and we have backdoor cut to the rim as fast as possibly can. So I'll show you from here. I look for the ball, I'm looking for the basketball, he starts looking away, I backdoor cut, and now I'm wide open for a layup to score at the rim. So the second part of corner cutting is when you cut to the basket, you also have to think of it like this. If the defender is dribbling with their right hand, I will always move in the direction where my right hand is. If the defender is moving with their left hand or dribbling with their left hand, I will always move in the direction of where their left hand is. It could be me holding space or cutting to the basket. So when I have my offensive player on my own team drive middle to the hoop, as you see from our offensive player right here, I will go and I'll cut to the rim at the same exact time they go. The reasoning why is because my defender is in help side defense right here. As he goes up to guard Ja from this position and he goes, we try to get a stop, from there, I will be able to cut backdoor to the rim, and now I either have a lob pass or I have an easy dump off a layup to get to the basket and score. So when you see your defender drive middle and you are standing in the corner, one of the best times to score is cutting to the basket off a corner cut. It will look just like this. The next part we're going to talk about that's going to give you more buckets in games is 45 cutting. What a 45 cut is a cut to the basket from the wing when the ball is on the opposite side of the court. And what we mean by opposite side of the court is when the ball ever gets to this area, which is the post-up position or the dunker spot position. Now there could be a couple ways that the ball gets to this spot. It could be off a drive to the corner. It could also be off a catch in the post-up. And so when I catch from here, there's to be some things that are going to happen to your teammates in the defense when the ball enters this location on the court. One of the first things that's going to probably happen is the bottom corner man is going to be standing here, so their defender is going to be in help side. So once they go into help side, they're going to run and stop that drive to the basket or post up so the person doesn't get an easy layup at the rim. The second reason is your man that's actually guarding you when you're standing on the wing is going to drop down and help the helper. And once they have helped the helper, it's going to be a lot easier for you to attack the rim freely to get open space to score at the rim. So if we start and we're here and you ever see this position happening, you'll be able to start the drive. And once I start the drive and I take off and go to the basket, when someone rips right, you'll be able to score at the rim a lot easier. The fourth way to get more open in games is called a fill behind. What you want to do is you want to be on the perimeter and spaced out. But when a person is on your team is driving to the basket, either from the middle of the court or even on the wing, fill behind them in the space that they drove from. So as someone drives to the basket, you're gonna fill behind. And the reason why we do this is because if they go, your defender is going to be immediately focused on the driver instead of you moving on the perimeter. So as I go, you'll always be able to give them an open window to you to pass the basketball. So if it's here and Jai is up top and Jai has the basketball in his hand, when he rips middle, I'm always gonna have an open window to get the ball passed to me every single time. So as Jai rips and goes, I'm gonna move into space, and as he stops, I'm gonna give him a wide open angle for me to catch the basketball and be able to let this ball fly or move it on to our next player. This, I promise you, will give you more buckets in games because you will be more wide open and have more space to attack off the perimeter. The fifth way to get more buckets in game is by drifting away from the dribble. So what we mean by that is if the ball is dribbling left at me and I'm standing on the wing, I will move away from their space so my defender has more room to help, so I will be wide open for a three-point shot. So as I go, Jai is gonna rip left and I'm gonna move away from the drive, which creates more space so I can now be able to be wide open to shoot the ball, and if the defender comes at me too much, I'll be able to drive off of space to get a bucket at the rim. So in full speed, when he goes and takes off to the basket, I'm gonna rip and I'm gonna move left on my drive and I'll be wide open for a shot. Now, let's say we don't get open on the perimeter and Jai stops. What we wanna do is drift away and then re-lift to create a new angle for me. We call this redirecting. So if here we go left, I move away from the basketball and Jai stops, I wanna come right back up again, so now I have another wide open shot to go. If you learn how to move away and move to the basketball when the ball gets stopped, you'll be more open in the games, which will give you more buckets and more space to play. If you followed along towards the end of this video, this will guarantee you to get 6 more points in the game. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and get ready for more video basketball content. For the next time, Finesse Inferno, peace out. Let's get it. 45